Hi, everybody. Welcome back and thank you for being here. We start this week's video off with some breaking news. Okay, all jokes aside, this weekend has brought a huge revelation to me concerning the royals, Harry, Meghan, and the whole debacle. However, it is not the kind of video that one can ramble off in 10 minutes, and therefore you will have to hang in there for me until later in the week, likely around Thursday, but regardless of when, it will be the one video I shall announce before I post it, as it is one that will deserve all your attention and which you cannot miss. Anyway, in today's video, we are talking about the latest news regarding Harry and Meghan's business, or the multitude of businesses and what it means. In a previous video on the same subject, we spoke mostly about Sussex Royal, which was renamed MWX on the same day as it was dissolved. We spoke about MWX Foundation and MWX Limited, which was also closed down 9 months later. We briefly spoke about Travelist and Archwell Foundation, Archwell Audio, and Archwell Productions, and we mentioned Pika Publishing and Paracorp briefly. Today, we're going to continue where we left off and bring you even more discoveries, starting with our reporting on Archwell Incorporated, consisting of Archwell Foundation, Archwell Audio, Archwell Productions, and Pika Publishing. Myself and some very good investigative journalists dug deeper, and this resulted in an article in The Independent by Jane Dalton and subsequent articles in other newspapers with regards to Harry and Meghan's very complicated business structure. It was found that Harry and Meghan have been setting up even more firms in Delaware in the United States. Yes, indeed. It was found that Meghan's longtime business manager, Andrew Meyer, and lawyer, Richard Ganau, have incorporated 11 companies and a trust for the Harkles since April 2020 in the state of Delaware. Of course, it is simple to explain why these companies have been set up in Delaware and not in California where they live. Firstly, it is cheap to register a company in Delaware. And secondly, Delaware does not tax business transactions and does not impose inheritance tax. To set up a company in Delaware also includes the benefits of low personal income tax rates and the fact that shareholders who do not live in Delaware do not need to pay tax on shares in the state. So, with that said, let's move on. As explained before, Archwell Foundation is set up for Harry and Meghan's charitable work. Archwell Audio for their podcasts, of which, by the way, we had only heard two. Archwell Productions was set up mainly for their Netflix deal and possible future documentaries and filming endeavors. We also already spoke about Pika Publishing, which holds the rights to Meghan's book, The Bench, but it had since been discovered that another company, Orinoco Publishing LLC, was launched to hold the right to Harry's memoir, which is due to be published later this year. Now, so far, all of it makes sense. And I explained in a previous video how the one company can bill the other for work done, etc., etc., and how the one company can then claim work done by another as an expense, and how, unfortunately, this is totally legal, although maybe a little devious. But many of the rich do this, and it's not out of the ordinary. But that is not where it ends for Harry and Meghan. It was found that they also set up Cobblestone Lane LLC as a holder of the Archwell logo, but lodged another trademark filing for a second logo with just the letters AW on top of each other under a different Delaware company, IPHW LLC. The fact that they lodged two different trademarks for two different logos is not strange or exceptional, although it may sound a little nuts. But this is mostly done to prevent anyone else to create a logo which can be easily confused with theirs. However, what is weird and strange is the fact they did so under two different companies, and none of them being affiliated to Archwell Incorporated. Other companies found are Cloverdale Incorporated, named after a street Meghan lived in as a child, Riversole, Baobab Holding LLC, registered in February 2021 for the sole purpose of, in inverted commas, investments, Bridgemount LLC, Hampshire LLC, Nemawashi Holdings, and RPV Holdings LLC. Now, LLC members face a few more issues to consider when predicting the amount of income they receive tax-free, and this is because they have to combine business and non-business income on the return, and only once this is done will it be determined which tax bracket they'll use or whether they need to itemize or not, and how much their deductions will be, and assess their eligibility for tax credits. But in Harry and Meghan's case, this works to their benefit. They can thus claim business expenses and personal tax credits, such as, say, for instance, their child or children's education expenses. And like I explained before, and as an example, Archwell Productions could produce a 60-second promotional video for Harry's book and bill the production thereof to Orinoco Publishing LLC, and therefore Orinoco Publishing will claim the bill as an expense. However, Archwell Productions may be paying for the time and advertising space on, say, CBS or ITV, blah, 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 and claim that as an expense. One project thus providing a tax deduction for two companies. Or they can bill Orinoco for that too, for example. Say they bill Orinoco $10,000 for the production of the television advertisement and $20,000 for airspace on, say, CBS or ITV, and it will bring the total expense for Orinoco to $30,000. Or then minus $30,000 taxable income, as Orinoco has no other business but Harry's book. So they will start on a deficit of minus $30,000, which effectively means that Harry can earn up to $30,000 for his book before he even needs to start paying tax. Again, I need to say this. None of this is illegal. However, it provides many and varied tax loopholes for Harry and Meghan, and of course, but not necessarily, some opportunities for less than legal shenanigans. Although unlikely, as accountant or business manager like Meyer is unlikely to do anything majorly illegal and jeopardize his business and reputation. And if there is some creative bookkeeping, it will be very shrewd and very well hidden. What all these shenanigans do point out very, very clearly is that Harry and Meghan are absolute hypocrites and very fake and pretend humanitarians who are unashamed of the injustices they are creating through tax evasion. Because this multitude of companies do tell us one thing for sure, and that is that their main objective is to pay as little tax as possible or to evade it altogether if they can do so without landing in prison. Okay, my dear friends, this is just a short video because I know if I go into too much detail on this, it will become boring, and we're here for the entertainment, aren't we? Anyway, until I'm back with the next video, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.